Welcome back. And about a month break, we're gonna get into the couple of the forex pairs: pound, euro, USDCHF. We're gonna be using Elliott wave, market maker method, some ICT concepts to really, have a good strong bias on this week. Now, if you've been watching the other videos, you'd already know this is the same count from before, and I am looking at a Y wave to finish either here or here in one of these areas, maybe even slightly lower, because we do have this trend line, old trend line over there. I do expect a reaction from here. Okay, these are imbalances, by the way. Okay, this one happens to be a fair value gap as well, but they're the ones that have volume as well. They're not just, they're like, all right, so a proper fair value gap, one that you would have a high interest in, would displace, right? So to displace, you have volume and you have big moves, okay, and then you leave the gaps in the middle. As of this, with this indicator, it shows you when you got high volume in the candles. Okay, so the blue represents increase in volume, green is peak volume, red is peak volume down. Okay, violet is the blue version of the down move, so volume building up to the downside. And yeah, that would be it. So what have I done there? This actually has a fair value gap in it as well. So I would expect some reaction there. We have the 800 EMA just below. I'm expecting price to see that as well. Like I said, I'm expecting price to come all the way down here. We just look at the TDI, we can see that price is outside of the volatility bands. Okay, so we're well on the way on the daily. On the 4-hour, we came outside twice and then we've pulled back up. I'd say on the TDI, so let me get it back up. We should be going towards this. That could be our next resistance if we make it that far up. I'd say it's quite possible. So the count here that we've got currently coming down is corrective. There's no clear 5-wave move. At the beginning, we got this 5 from the end of wave C. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's valid. Then we pull up and we make another 5-wave looking move, but it's very choppy, but it can be counted as a 5 just. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, or 3, 4, 5. But then we've come back in, so we can't go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we could have gone 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That can be the case. There's nothing to invalidate that. And then there's also just the WXY, where we've got W and X wave and a 1, 2, looking for a 3, 4, 5 and a Y. If that does play out, then I would still be expecting a retracement from around these areas before coming down to see these areas. Now there is news next week, and you know how it goes with news. So beginning of the month, new month, anything could happen. Price could just chuck it all the way down there. Okay, so we'll go have a look at Euro USD. Which one was that's Euro odd? Okay, Euro USD. Clearly, you see the distribution here. Okay. I've got to clean up my charts. All right. Similar thing, okay, so except that this needs adjusting. I do actually think that this move will lead to this fair value gap down here. I do think so. The Fibonacci retracement, the 0.618 fib, is common for a wave 2, and it is what I'm looking at for this, which is, oh, it's just gone off. It was around there. The 618. There you go. That's it. It's the most common target for a 2 wave, that and the 50%. And there's also 0.75. If price comes and hits this 0.886, it decreases the probabilities of that being a wave 2. Let's just put a 0.786 on. Yeah. Okay. And if we've just marked out 50% of this fair value gap, that is another common target. If price was to come down here, I would be looking at anywhere from the top to the 50% as a TP area, or a point to potentially expect bullishness back up. So this is the area. Of course, we're going to get some big pullbacks, probably from, probably get some at the 50 EMA and at the 200, and at a full imbalance fill or coming into this zone. So it's not just going to be a straight line, most likely not going to be a straight line, but we'll see. Non-farm payrolls, you'll see, anything can happen. All right, so we've taken this trend line, as you can see over here. This is an old trend line. So we were pretty confident this. I'm pretty confident that this count is great. That's a A. That's a B. Looking for a C. That's why I had it over here. A, B, C, then an X wave, then a Y wave. This isn't gonna be. I don't believe it's gonna be just that down like that. So okay. That would be W. This would be X, and then we'll get the Y down there, just like I've got on the pound. So we'll get A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. And then if we just look at USD chef, tomorrow at some point, I'm going to do an update once we've had a move on the market. USD chef. Okay, yep, that's the correct count. I believe there's a double 4-5 here. I believe we've got a 1, 2, 1, 2. And then in 3, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 3. Then so that gives us 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, giving us the one over here. Okay, this is no longer an A wave to me. So there's another 4, 5. I just haven't put that count, that degree count in there. Okay, there'll be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. And we are either in a 1 or an A coming up. This is my point of interest, and also this is my point of interest. This is an order block, the start of the order block over there. We've got an imbalance and a fair value gap on the daily. So, okay, on the daily, the fair value gap's over here. We got, on a smaller time frame, we'll see where that level is. But happy to look for trades just to, take this liquidity high over here. If we zoom in, so for the start of the week, as you can see, just above those liquidity highs, we have the 200 EMA. I always draw the line a little bit lower because as the candles close lower, so right, there's 200 EMAs there. Okay, every time a daily candle would close down here for this time frame, this would move lower. For the longer it's lower, this is coming down to meet price, isn't it? Price gets above it, then this will start moving upwards to catch up with price. Okay, so that looks like a great target for me. I'll go to the 4-hour time frame. So obviously, if we was to go up tomorrow, then with a lot. So yeah, actually that's a point. With all that news, I'm gonna put, because it's 24 hours till that, or 21 hours till that candle closes. So we'll just get a bit closer to there. Okay, on the 4-hour, we've got the 800 over here, lines up perfectly with the top of the channel, high daily range, and gets us real close to that liquidity high. We also got an imbalance here. Let's see what type of imbalance. Our old supply zone, okay. So imbalance in the old supply zone over here. It's just a part of the vector candle that hasn't been touched in this instance. But they often get filled. But yeah, you can see how it prices following the channel here. Lovely. 1, 2, looking for a 3, a 4, and a 5. This is how I see it. I see something like this. We'll get that turn with divergence, break a structure, come down, and here, at this point here, we either go to the middle and come up, or okay, same thing, or from here we could just, you know, quickly accumulate a bit and go straight up as well. But then I will still be expecting a retracement down for USD-CHF after that, maybe not so deep. So basically, look, we're bullish on USD-CHF. We've ended in the ending diagonal, or we've ended with bullish divergence. The next point of liquidity is this high here, but outside of the range, because from here to here is our high low. I do believe we're turning bullish here. The Elliott wave count suggests it. The only thing I did not like is we didn't engage the channel low, but structure and account will always overrule the channels. We don't always get outside the channels anyway. So when that's the case, I usually go and I'll put on the, depending on what side, it'll be 0.75 or 0.25. And as long as I've got the price go below there, come above it with, you know, definiteness, or with you know, not just wicking above, but we've got some solid closes above, then I'm happy to believe that that's over there. Oh, and with bullish divergence, we'd have to definitely have bullish divergence in that case. And if you look at this, we've got a lot of bullish divergence, and this is on the daily time frame. So I was happy to overlook that. So we've done USD-CHF, Euro USD, and GBPUSD. Tomorrow I'll be going over them again, and I'll be including at least 3 more pairs that I've got my eye on. So please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Around midday tomorrow, 12 p.m. UK time, expect another video from me. I'll be more awake. I would have done my counts and cleaned up the charts a bit more, and should be a good video. So take care. Peace.